Only one kid in history had ever attempted what Benny was about to. And he got eaten. So we were worried. Real worried. Even when Benny brought out the secret weapon. Shoes guaranteed to make a kid run faster and jump higher. PF Flyers.
We can't let him do this, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is the Slate Laced podcast. Happy Hump Day. Blair, how we doing?
Good.
Good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, well, this is a sneaker episode. We're going to have an unboxing for you guys, as you can see, and then just hit on some brands that I want to touch on, see what Blair's got, and then get into it. But before we do that, we got to hit our Slate Laced sports segment.
Okay.
So let's dive into it right now.
Okay.
The NBA Finals are tied up 1-1.
Sure is.
The Heat were able to even out the series. Blair, what do you think of that? Were you thinking that they were going to get the game?
Well, so I personally...
Because I was a little shocked.
No, I'm not shocked.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I think I said on the last segment that I want...
You was going for...
I want the Heat to win.
Yeah.
Right. Because, Jimmy Butler is... just really what he's doing, you know, it for me, it really reminds me of D-Wade. I think it was like 06 or something like that, before he had LeBron on his team, and how he kind of just willed a team all the way to the championship.
Yeah.
Then it reminds me of Dirk as well, kind of just willing his team to a championship. And then it reminds me of AI until he ran into the Lakers in a championship, right? It's just where you don't really have many stars around you. And for some reason, you can find a way to get a win every single time, right? And when we did this segment, and I think even before it, when we were just kind of in the group chat, I was saying right off top, once I saw Giannis go down and get hurt, and the Bucks took advantage, I was saying that I thought this year was going to be the repeat of the bubble. So very early on, I was saying we're going to have Lakers versus Heat. So I stuck by that the whole time. And, you know, fast forward a month
Team
or
got
so.
leapfrogged
That's not where I was going with it, because we're talking about the Heat, not talking about the Lakers. I was going to say that the Heat still are remaining. So I got to stand by what I said, and I think that somehow, some way, they will get it done. Now, I told a couple people at work, because everyone's saying Nuggets in 5. The Nuggets are too tough. I'm going to say Heat in 7. So I'm not necessarily surprised by what Jimmy Butler is doing. I just know that he turns into a different animal when the playoffs come. Right? For somehow, some way, he seems to kind of like load manage himself, even though he plays a lot of games. And once it comes postseason time, he just turns it up an extra notch, and he goes and he gets these W's for his squad. So, shout out to him. I think that tomorrow they will win, and they'll go up 2-1, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I definitely was shocked that they pulled out the game 2. And I think Denver had like a healthy lead. Then they cut into it. It was at about 7 or 8. And then from there, kind of the Heat took over. So, yeah, that was definitely a shocking win. I didn't have a sweep. Like, I'm not crazy. I don't think that anyone's going to sweep in the NBA Finals. But I'm going gentleman's sweep. I'm going Nuggets in 5.
The Heat won't win another game.
That's how I feel. I feel like the Heat aren't going to win another game. I just look at what Denver's done. What they did to the Lakers, what they did to the Suns, just offering these knockout punches. They're also a team that's able to take a punch and respond. Like when you think the game's getting out of hand, the Nuggets are right back in it. And that was several times that happened with the Lakers, where the Lakers were blowing them out, and it was like, whoa, the Lakers gonna get your game. And they literally are able to turn around and then almost third quarter Warrior style, like kind of take control of things coming out the half.
They kind of do that in the fourth, though. And
they do it in the fourth because Jamal Murray goes, but also Jimmy Butler fourth quarter, you know? So I just think, like, I don't see it. I'm not going to be shocked if it goes 6 games. I will be shocked if it goes 7, but I'm going with the gentleman's sweep of Nuggets in 5. Now, do I have a dog in the fight, ladies and gentlemen? No. So do I really care? Also, no. Don't care about Murray. Don't really care about Jokic.
Yeah.
Butler's cool. I'm down. I'm down if he gets the ring, like kind of like you say.
Yeah.
I'm down to see it, but also like, do I really care? No. But I'm going Nuggets in 5. I just feel like they're too tough. They know how to respond, and yeah, they never let the game get too out of control.
So that's actually where I was going to go with it. So here's where I disagree. Mm-hmm. So you just pointed out how the Lakers had several opportunities where they needed to close out the game, right? Whether it was in the third quarter or the fourth quarter, and they would have these good leads, healthy leads, and all of a sudden they would blow it, right? Well, I think the difference between the Heat and the Lakers, although I think if they both matched up right now, I still take the Lakers. What you see is that
no, I see it.
What you see though is that they are responding to the punches, and by this I mean the Heat, right? Yeah, I mean I guess you can kind of look at game 1 and you can kind of say that the game got away from them, but also if you look at it, both teams didn't really play well. And then you go into game 2 and the Heat hadn't really responded yet, right? But you kept the game close enough to when it was time for the Heat to respond, which was basically the very start of the fourth quarter. They responded and then they held on to the lead, right? Which is the thing that the Lakers were unable to do, right? Because they didn't have a guy who is like a dog. And I have been saying this, right, where, well, I don't know if I've said it on air, but I've said it off camera where like I'll say it to mom or dad and I'm like, the Lakers are just a piece away from winning the title next year, because with the exact same team that they have right now, I expect the exact same outcome come next postseason, right? But the thing is that they're just missing one guy who's not afraid to shoot at any given point in time. The thing is that that's who the Nuggets can't really stop. And so that man, to me, is Jimmy Butler. And so when everything is like going well, right, like the Nuggets are kind of on their run, then all of a sudden Jimmy Butler steps up, stops the run, and then they go on their run, right? But now they can't put an end to the Heat run because they have a guy like Jimmy Butler. Right, so like we're starting to trade buckets. Is what is this is what I think. You know, obviously I'm not a basketball analyst here, but the other thing I was going to say that I thought was pretty interesting, right? Because it's like we're watching Jamal Murray have quite the postseason and quite the run that he's never actually really been on. I mean, he kind of did it in the bubble 2020 or whatever, right? But I'm looking and I was like, man. I mean, he got to be like a 2-time All-Star, right? He's got to be like a 3-time All-Star, just the way he's playing, right? I'm like, man, he's got to be like a 45%3-point shooter. Nah, like none of that.
No, he was hurt for a while.
He was hurt
out for 2 years.
Right, because he even thought that they were going to trade him when he got hurt again.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of crazy to see that, like, you know, people are starting to blossom right before our eyes, and I hope, just for the sake of basketball, that this is something that he can grow upon, right? Like next year, turn it into an all-star berth or something like that, right? Because if he just, you know, never does nothing with it and just kind of has this one run, you know, like you would hate for him to be forgotten. Now, if he turns a ring out of it, though, like he'll never be forgotten. He'll be always remembered in Denver. But it's just kind of crazy to see that, like, he doesn't have anything, you know, to his name. No All-NBA, no nothing.
Yeah, and there is something to be said with this miraculous Heat season that they're having.
You mean the Nuggets or the Heat?
No, the Heat. I am, like, confident in my pick.
The Heat miraculous?
I'm going to tell you. I'm confident in my pick, but there's something to say about an 8 seed getting all the way here, the up 3-0, losing that lead. Like, do you know what that does to a team mentally? So for them to close it out in the 7th game, like, they are doing some magical stuff right now. So there's something to be said with, like, okay, maybe, you know, God just to smile down on this team and it's like, I want the Heat to take this. Look, that is something that can happen. So I'm not putting it out of, out of reach, that he can get it done, because sometimes when you just got it, you got it. Like, it seems like everything is clicking at the right time. So I don't doubt that, but I'm confident with my pick. But I think like the Heat are doing something crazy this season. Like they really are.
Yeah, you have convenient amnesia, I believe. Because if you look at it, so the Heat were just in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, they were still the
playing against the Lakers.
They were still the AC this year.
No. Hang on.
That's why I'm saying what I said.
It is literally the same unit that was just playing the Lakers for a title, right? Then.
And now they on the AC, just like the Warriors were the same team, and they was barely getting into the finals. It's the same thing.
It's literally the same lineup without Tyler Hero. That's literally the only difference, which is crazy to think about, right? But
what does that have to do with their ranking and the fact that they still in?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there, right?
Go.
Then literally last year they get to the to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose to the Boston Celtics, and in that interview room, Jimmy Butler says, "We will get there again, Game 7, and we will win this time." Literally the exact same thing happened. But my point being is that we're sitting here acting like as if they haven't been in the playoffs, as if like last year they were 20 and I don't know, like 62 or something, right? And then the year before that, they were like 15 and whatever, right? Like, it's like, no, they have been getting consistently to the postseason, right? They just haven't been able to get over the hump, whatever it takes for them to get the ring, right? So it's like, it should not be a shock for them to be where they are, right? Like, yeah, I get it, they're an 8th seed, but a lot of times...
That's all I'm saying.
But a lot of times things just happen that have them fall to the 8th seed. But to look
and things happen that have you fall and not win a ring. It's season to season. It's not like
as if
I'm not acting like they're trash. I'm just saying it's season to season. Every day is every season is a clean slate. They came in this season raggedy,
no, they didn't,
and they here. Blair, whether they had all the pieces, then what do you say about the Warriors that were?
I said the Warriors wasn't raggedy either, though.
We have the same pieces and we're not winning. But we have pieces and we're not winning. The Heat have pieces and they wasn't winning. Now, all of a sudden, in the postseason, here comes Jimmy Butler, who you just said load manages throughout the season.
I mean, that's the way it looks, right? He just kind of coasts on through and then come postseason time.
Okay, so he took it out, got him an A seed, and now he's turning it on. That seems pretty magical to me.
I don't know. Maybe I believe in Hemi too much, because even before the postseason started, I was watching his interview, and they asked him how far did he think that they could go. And this was when they were at the play-in, and they lost the first play-in game. And but before they lost that game, he said, "We can go all the way. We have the team that has what it takes to go all the way, right?" And I'm sure everyone's like, "What? Now look at him."
I'm just saying, there is something to be said. Like, maybe this is destined for them to get it this time. I don't know. I still have the Nuggets as my pick. But they're doing some crazy things. Like, to literally drop 3 games in a row, like, both teams are actually pretty mentally tough. Yeah. But to me, that's a lot. Like, the last second shot from Derek White,
that would have been them winning in 6.
That's emotional. I'm just saying. Yeah. Like, that's crazy. So there's something to be said, like, dang, maybe it's just meant to be for this team. That's all I'm saying. But I'm still confident about my Denver pick. The other thing I wanted to say is everyone talks about like the Heat culture. That's why they win it. This is part of This is part of the Heat culture. So Coach Spo, he doing his thing, and there's no knock on that. But y'all gotta put some respect on the Nuggets culture, because Mike Malone came out.
Here you go with the Mike. Yeah, Mike Malone is.
What, you don't like Mike Malone?
No, because the thing is that I understand where he's coming from. Where he's like, "Yo, spotlight should be on my squad."
Oh no, I ain't talking about that.
Oh,
but yeah, I mean, y'all don't deserve it.
That's what I'm saying. He's sitting.
Yeah, I ain't with the spot. I'm
talking about my team.
But you know what that is? That's the Jordan thing, where he's trying to pick. Like, they need things to have a chip on their shoulder. That's what that is. Like, we know. We watched The Last Dance. That's what he's doing. Like, everybody against us. Everybody like, bro, we don't really care, to be honest. Nobody want to be losing oxygen in the Mile High City. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But no, what I was gonna say is he came out and ripped the team after game 2. I was talking about we was not prepared. We was playing unconfident. We was playing distracted. I guess people were hanging their heads because they weren't making shots. And I didn't think he was going to come out like that aggressive about his team. Because, at this point, coaches are only talking about X and O's. They're not they're not really blaming their team because everyone's happy they got here.
Right.
So for him to come out and point the finger at his team like we just did not get it done and it's on us, like I liked that energy. I was like, okay, Mike, like I didn't know Coach Malone got down like that. So I did like to see that. I'm like, maybe there's something to this Nuggets culture that we're not seeing as well, and maybe that's the reason why they're successful too. Because everything is shining the light on that Heat culture. But yeah, I think now we got to kind of dive into this Mike Malone situation that he got going on, because he definitely has the respect of his players, and I think a lot of people are he was talking about Michael Porter Jr. and specifically because he was the one that was like looking lost out there. So
yeah, he always looks.
Yeah,
outside of the Lakers series, right? Like he's hit and miss.
Yeah,
there'll be moments where he really just goes.
He's another person that had injuries that kind of delayed his little recovery. So I'll give him a little pass. But
like I said, right when I was watching the series against the Lakers, he was hitting shots where I was like, oh yeah, he ain't doing that game 2, and then he did, and I was like, oh, he ain't doing that game 3. And then he did. I'm like, oh, he ain't doing that game 4. And he did, right?
But I also think that's Joker making his team better. Joker will put you in some positions.
So you don't think that, 100% he will. But you don't think that, now we're getting ready to look at, I don't know, the real KCP, the real Michael Porter Jr. You don't think like they're getting ready to come back to earth?
Or they will. They'll struggle a little bit. I mean, it's just going to come down to who's deeper and whatever that is.
Yeah.
And I just think, I don't know. We'll see. But I just want to shine light on, like, Nuggets culture. # Nuggets culture. Because everything I've been hearing about is Coach Spo. And, he doing his thing. I know he started from the video room. Started from the bottom, now we're here. But, look, you got to put some respect on other coaches.
Still ain't the bottom, though.
No, it sure is not. It's about $100K a year.
but, I mean, yeah.
But, shout out. What do you think about people that are saying this series is going to be boring? I think it is going to still have a lower rating, but they do have beef.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the same as if the Lakers was in it, right?
Yeah.
It's just, the thing is...
But know about the Butler Joker beef. I guess there was a fight.
Well, it goes back to Morris.
And you saw when he was at the Nuggets locker room?
When? Just recently?
No, back in the day. I guess there was a beef. I guess it was when the Morris was there, but Kyle Lowry, Butler, and a couple other guys went to the Nuggets away locker room. We'll stand out there like, "What's up, Joker?"
Oh, I believe
and security was there, but I'm like,
Jimmy.
I don't know that we want them. I know Jimmy's with it, but it's like I don't know we want them European problems.
Well, yeah, because Joker, his brothers are like the exact same height as him, so they with it too, and they was trying to be with.
And where they play.
Yeah,
bro, it ain't no joke over there. It ain't no joke.
Yeah, I mean, So
I'm like, let's tread a little bit lighter on Joker. Let's not run up on him. But I get Jimmy's a scrapper. Like he gonna but let's relax.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Lowry trying to tell him his room number. Lowry,
that was funny. Hey, I'm just saying, if you got a problem, I just told you where to find me. If you don't show up, then it didn't look like you had a problem.
One person we not scared of is Kyle Lowry.
But he's saying come see about it. So, I mean, you got to trust him.
He going to see about it. He going to get handled.
Maybe not. He's saying he's confident. He literally told you the room number and said, come see about it.
I'm telling you, I'm not confident for him. He probably should reverse them numbers and tell it backwards because I don't think you want these hands. But anyway, just for that, I think there is like a history and, it is an interesting finals. Like, let's change it up. It don't have to be the same, 4 or 5 teams every time. But basketball is basketball. You got to respect it.
Yep.
Anything else? I have a couple more sports topics, but anything else on this? Yeah, just a couple questions.
Let's hear it.
Your boy LeBron, is he retiring or what?
No, LeBron's not retiring.
Yeah, I think that was the thing he said in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, well, that was 100% like you're just absolutely frustrated. You felt like you gave it everything that you had, especially in the last 2 games where it was like he really realized, all right, I'm gonna have to do everything I can, or we're really gonna get swept, right? I can't rely on the squad anymore. And so once you kind of just hit that point, right? Like everyone's been there where you've done something and you've gave everything that you had, and then now you're just frustrated because you didn't have the outcome that you wanted. You're like, you know what, man, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done. That's literally all that was, right? And it was like, okay. And then once you go home, once you chill out for a little bit, once you go to sleep and you wake up the next morning, you Yeah, I'm not done. I don't know why I said that. I was just, I was just frustrated, right?
Yeah.
That's really all it is. He's still got another year on the contract. He still wants to play with his kids.
Yeah.
He still got his goals and things like that, but you're gonna change the dynamic, right? And you're gonna be like, well, that's not really what my son wants to do, right? You're gonna find another way, because you're not gonna sit here and go to the media and be like, yeah, I was pissed off that we lost game 4 and I dropped 40 in a triple-double and we got swept, right? You're not gonna sit there and say that, because then the media is never gonna let you hear the end of it, right? So it seems more respectful when you say, like, man, I don't know, just maybe my son doesn't really want to play with me, right? And so you say something like that, but nah, that's not true. I mean, he'll definitely be back, and he'll definitely be around waiting for his son for sure.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I would say he's not done. A, he's not going out on a sweep.
Mm-hmm.
B, I think he wants to get that little victory tour thing.
Yeah.
Go arena to arena.
Yeah.
And it's only right, And then I also think, there's something to playing with Bronny that he wants to see through. Like, it'll be like one of the few times in history, so I think he does want to do that. Yeah. And then whether the sun pans out to be what we want, I think he's obviously going to get a look. Like, LeBron's going to get you a tryout. He's going to get you a run. He might get you on a contract. So I believe that's another big reason why he's holding out, and I don't believe for a second that he's retiring.
His story's not done.
I think the main thing, he ain't going out like that.
Yeah.
He going out with a ring or a Western Conference final,
Mm-hmm.
But also on that news, we have someone else exiting, and that's Bob Myers for the Warriors. The owner, the GM. The GM did step down, and so I'm like, dang, like, what does that mean? One thing about the Bay Area is they have, that's all the tech money up there.
Mm-hmm.
So someone else can easily buy in and own part of the team. So I'm not worried about the sense that we're finding someone else, but are we going to find a genuine GM who's going to have our best interest in mind?
Yeah.
Now, some people were saying he left at the right time because he has, the hard decisions to make.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Clay's due for a max. Are they going to give it to him? Draymond is due for a max. Are they going to give it to him?
Man.
He can also opt out, I believe. Draymond can opt out. He said he wanted to stay here.
They all want to stay a Warrior till it's over.
I think Dre would go to the Lakers. I'm not even lying.
100%, I believe he would.
So
he would, as long as LeBron's there.
Mm-hmm, so I don't know how true that was. That I want to be here, but I mean, you got to take a man's word for what he said.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Bob went out at the right time. He doesn't want to be maybe he don't want to be the bad guy, because I don't think they're going to give Clay the max. I think they're going to resign him, but it's tough.
He's not really deserving of the max right now. Not.
Although he did have moments that were like the vintage Clay games.
Mm-hmm.
He had those, but when we needed him, like in those last 2 games, it was rocky. It was a rocky performance.
I mean, he looked great from a Lakers
from a Lakers perspective. But I mean, it is what it is. You battle back from 2 devastating injuries. I think they pay him, just it ain't gonna be what other shooting guards are getting paid in the league. I just think that is. And whether he wants to take it or see his options elsewhere, I can't really see Clay anywhere else.
He has a lot of options.
Yeah, I can't see him anywhere else. I mean, people will take up a shooter. I mean, because he'll give you what Duncan Robinson's giving the Heat right now,
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying that his past is behind him.
I don't think so. I think he right at it. He neck and neck with his past. I don't think it's like, dang, wrap it up.
Okay.
And then same thing with Draymond. I mean, there's so many frustrations with him. I don't even really know what you do with him. So I'm glad I'm not in that seat. But do you think it's do or die for the Warriors?
No, I do. They got to figure out what their identity is going to be
without Bob.
It's tough, right? Because Steph Curry, he's won enough rings over time, right? And he's won them over a pretty good span. Almost, not quite. I was gonna say almost like Kobe, but Kobe won the majority of them when he was real young, and then he got a couple when he got older. But I think I don't really know, to be completely honest, and I know you're a fan and stuff, but just the reality is that I don't know if there's another ring in them, right? Because they're all 34, 35. And in the basketball world, 34, 35, 36, 37, right? That's getting up there. Mm-hmm. And so that also means that even though that all of them were great, you got to remember that there's 24, 25, 26, all getting ready to hit their prime. And they've been playing on a team for the last 6 years, you know, and they're getting ready to really click, you know. Like we seen the Kings, right, kind of start to do their thing. I'm not even saying
Kings will go deeper. They'll go deeper.
Right, but so here's the thing, right? It's like, so then now that's another year that they all played together. There's another year under their belt where they got to taste the postseason and they're really starting to mesh, right? And so you always are going to take your younger guy over your older guy, right? Because one is playing better than the other. You know, Curry is just, man, he's special that he's been able to play at an elite level, but a lot of the guys around him are starting to slowly decline, where he's not necessarily declining, right? And he's not going to be able to just go off for 40 every single night for 82 games and then turn it around and go win like 16 postseason games, right? With very little help from the rest of his guys. So you guys got to either be like, this is our last hurrah, you know, the MJ, let's go see if we can get a ring before we blow this squad up. Or somehow we got to get guys to take less money, you know, so we can bring in another guy or two because, you know, they're not the guy anymore. And that's when you got to really start to check your egos and be like, all right, like I'm Clay, but I'm not like Clay, you know, and you know, take a little bit less money so that we can get in a guy who does play like me, you know, and I can kind of come off the bench and still help this team out, you know.
Yeah, the Warriors are definitely in a tight spot. Definitely do not envy them. They got decisions to make, and I think there's a big move on the way. Like, I think there's going to be a significant change to the team coming into next season. To me, though, Steph has gotten better this year, which is strange because he is so, like, 35. But he took another step forward, and that's very, very rare. Unfortunately, we bet the house on, you know, Jordan Poole and the likes. We pushed our chips to the. We pushed our chips to the table with them, and he did let us down in a way. Yes, I believe he's gonna go back to work. He's like what, like 22?
Exactly.
Like obviously he's gonna be all right, but it's just saying like you're wasting key moments. Like we could have made a push. But other people like Kuminga, you gotta step it up. You gotta rededicate yourself. Stop worrying about your minutes and saying your opportunities. Go earn them. How about that? This is the NBA. These are professional basketball players. You got to do a little bit better. But like I said, I think there is going to be a significant change. What that's going to be, I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see what happens and see if we can get at least one more before, you know, people start shutting it down. Because I think 38, 39 is that golden time where people kind of pack it in.
Yeah.
And that's, it gets brutal on your body.
It does. A lot of miles on the car.
Yep. Anything else, Blair, on that subject?
No.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps up our Slate Laced sports segment. We hope that you guys are enjoying these sports segments. We're going to kind of keep these going. WNBA just kicked off, and obviously baseball's been kicking off. So we'll have a lot more for you. I'm sure there's going to be some crazy trades. Got to be on Wimby watch. And we'll just see where it goes. But anyways, guys, Dame ain't leaving, man. He true to it. That's how Dame is. Dame don't give a rip, man.
He's gonna throw all them years away then.
But look,
Reggie Miller with it.
Look, that's where the argument is. Like, do rings really make your career?
100%.
Dang, you a ring guy. He that ring guy.
Yeah,
I think Dame's still gonna be one of the greatest and go in the Hall of Fame and have a.
Of course.
And people are gonna try to emulate Dame and be like Dame and wear his shoes and wear his jersey without a ring or not. And it really don't bother him. So I say leave him to it. But he. Anyways, that kind of wraps up our Slate Laced segment, guys. We're transitioning here to footwear. All right, I do have an unboxing for us to get into. Footwears. This I won on the Sneakers app, which is also, can we talk about sneakers, how it's been a little bit better?
I haven't gone after anything.
You haven't gone after? Sure. Well, maybe that's why. Blair tapped out. Now there's enough options for everyone else. But I was like, I hit? Yeah. And I was like, okay, like, whatever y'all say. But yeah, it's been a little bit better. So I have no complaints in that department. But let me get this box up.
Curious what you got. I don't even remember what.
Yeah, I put it on the story on Slate
did?
Laced. Yeah, so follow us on Instagram, guys, at Slate Laced, all one word. I put it up when I won because I was in shock. But as y'all can kind of see,
Yeah, this is your shoe.
yeah, these are the Nike Peace -1. If you guys recall, I have the Peace -1 all black Air Forces. So you know I'm a fan of the brand. The box is hard. I didn't even know it kind of came like this, but I ain't gonna lie. Peace -1, always their presentation's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's solid, and they make solid shoes. But yeah, I have the Air Forces, so I had to go ahead and get these Nikes. Ooh, even better, look at the materials. Okay, I see you packaging.
I mean, it's beyond the packaging though. That's tough.
Oh, they smell so good. Yeah, that's what we want. That's what you want.
Man.
That's what you want. So anyway, these are the shoes. It's kind of got that, yeah.
Good.
It's got that wingtip style, but obviously it's a Nike shoe. You got their standard kind of sunflower on the back. That's what they do. That's obviously on the tongue of my Air Force Ones. You got your laces with the little, the actual nice kind of yellow lace. I'm gonna have to put those in. See, you get an extra pair of laces. That's cool. But yeah, I'm gonna take these tongues off because these are removable.
Oh, for real? You don't like them?
Yeah, nah, it's doing too much.
That's part of.
Show that one.
That's part of the old school look.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not a fold over. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Should I
this
leave
is what
it?
the shoe is trying to be, right? It has the old school retro feel. That's part of it. I mean, you can try it on and see how they feel.
I might do one off, one on. Some swag like that, kind of jazz it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this shoe. The only thing that sucks about Nike is I'm realizing like the sizing is getting worse and worse, guys.
Yeah. A little bit.
These are 9.5s, which means women's 11, which I went with because last time I got a 10, man, my toe was at was like this. So I was like, let me just get the 9.5 and then double up on a sock if it's too thick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hopefully it fits. I'm gonna be pissed if it doesn't.
What was retail on these?
$180.
Not bad.
So it was actually really affordable.
Yeah,
so I grabbed it when I saw it because I like the style, obviously. And yeah, it was a quick win. I'm not gonna lie. It was nice. I liked it. I appreciated it. But yeah, not too bad. That's been my only cop for a while now. I actually can't kind of wait to rock these. Like they look a lot better in person.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah. They're clean. They're clean. Like I said,
I mean, nice too.
You know, yeah. I mean, I don't know how any more old, like any other way to say it. It's just old school.
Yeah, you can wear it with your little shirt on now.
Yeah, it's old school for sure.
Yep, it's got that swag. Again, I got to see if I'm gonna rock it with these little flaps. I don't know. I'm not a flap gal.
I would, but that's just me.
That's you. That's your swag. But anyways, Blair, you hadn't got anything recently, correct? You just still kind of waiting on either the what is it? What are they called? The lost and found.
One lost and found. Yep. You said be patient. I've been patient. I did send you the picture of those loafers that had the cow material.
The loafers could be a good replacement. The loafers could be a good replacement.
Clean, but man, it's just I ain't been buying like nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's hard out here, so you got to make sure you're getting really what you want. But to touch back on Nike sizing too, with the Jordan 1s, like you got to really size up.
Yeah, you do.
Because those things are tight.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing that. So I've been getting 11s in the Jordan 1s. And I've been getting a lot of the women's colorways, which is rare. But the last two I got were women's. So the 11 fits perfect. And then you go back down to Air Force 1s. And those things is way too dang big. So my thing with Nike, and I said it on the podcast before, is just like, get your sizing under control. Because this is getting ridiculous. We kind of want to be able to just click by. Like with Docs, you know. Docs, you already know you can get true to size and boom. Yeah, you're going to have a little tough break-in period, but you know what you're getting. I just wish Nike was more sure.
The loafers never have a break-in period.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of just throw it on. I think it's more the high top, lace up, It's that little stiffness. But yeah, any you kind of dock because I'm used to it. My foot's used to that pain. I just get in there and start walking. So yeah, I don't know. Nike, just get it together, man. Y'all get on my nerves. But anyway, Blair, to move on, I just want to talk to you about one specific shoe that I've been seeing.
Okay.
And I know you're going to know it when you see it, and you're going to say it's heat.
Oh, is that right?
The Nike Zoom Vomero Have you been seeing these colorways of these?
Oh yeah, they clean.
Exactly.
I said they clean.
Look.
They clean.
I knew you were gonna like it. We'll throw up a picture, obviously. But they've been dropping this shoe in like crazy colorways. This all yellow one that drops, it dropped today. Ooh, didn't get it. But the all yellow is fire. That's kind of the one I want. But they have like, they're having a Valentine's Day colorway where they did red and pink. They did a bunch of men colorways with the royal blue, baby blue. They've done an all white. They've just been going crazy.
They did a maroon. The maroon they did like
fire
last year, I think it was. And
yeah.
I thought about buying it, and then I passed.
I didn't see it till this year, so you was early to the game on that one.
I mean, always.
Yeah,
always.
so I wish I would have gotten it, but they're 10 out of 10 for me. Blair, you would cop them or what?
Yeah, of course I would.
Let's do it. Let's do an old school. Throw it back and do a slate rate.
Okay.
1 to 5 style.
4.
4? Okay, Blair getting a little. And it's crazy because it's a runner too, right? And we giving it so much respect.
You saying like I'm doing too much, but also you gotta remember like the Air Max 97 for me is like a 5, right? So if I don't see it on that level, I at least gotta take it down a notch, you know.
The 97 is a 5 to you? You like this 97's better?
Yeah, the 97s are my favorite Air Max.
Oh, I didn't know the 97s was your thing. Those are the round ones, right?
The ones, the silver bullet and the gold.
We have the gold bullet in stores. 11 and a half left.
That's crazy. They brought them back out, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had mine for what? Like 6 years, 7 years?
Yeah, they brought them back.
Dang. And then, so as far as what?
And then affordability.
160? Man, I mean, 160 these days, that's...
I know, that's what's crazy. Is like, they're really making us think that that's affordable. And that's what's bothering me.
Well, I mean...
But it is.
It's inflation, you know.
I mean, you see
it's just, we didn't get more money, but everything kind of went up in price. And
did we get the money? Absolutely not.
Inflation. You're like, well, really? Because my funds didn't go up. But I'll say that's like a 4 as far as affordability goes, because a 5 would basically be $100
shoe,
right?
Like an Air Force, Air Force style price shoe.
All that stuff. So I'll say that. So
you got it at 8?
I'm looking at an 8.5.
Oh, you went 4.5?
Oh no, I gave
went
myself
solid.
4 on board on both. So yeah, I got an 8 out of 10.
For me, 1 to 5 style is a 5. I don't know why, but I really like this shoe.
Crazy.
And
so
I
it's
think
on the same level as Tom Sack for you then.
Yeah, but an affordable Tom Sack. But I like sorry about that. I like the kind of cross patterns that they got on there. I don't know why, but this shoe just looks really good to me. Okay. And I need to get it. So yeah, style's 5. And especially because runners look so good now with just jeans, with a crop jean.
Yeah.
And then affordability 160. I ain't giving that no 5. I'm not crazy. So I'm going 4, and I'll go 9 out of 10, which is about right where the shoe should sit. But your colorway your favorite colorway you've seen so far, mine's the yellow.
This one for sure, in the maroon that I initially saw way back when.
Oh, also the Valentine's Day one, the maroon and pink for the women.
Okay.
Fire! Like if it was that, I would probably get both.
Okay.
Like because those were dope. Another thing I know you gonna like and say was heat is New Balance. Now look, Blair gonna go here and talk about how he was on New Balance, and he really was on New Balance early. I'm gonna give him that, but New Balance is going crazy with these 990s, right? Yeah, with the 990. I like that style. I like the one I have, which is the 2000 or 202R, 202R, whatever, however you say it. I like those with like kind of the rips on them. You've seen them. And then obviously the classic 550. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing from New Balance. But this in particular, I'm talking about the 990 and this like kind of, what do they call it? The macadamia nut colorway. Fire. It's a 10 out of 10. We'll slate rate in a second, but I wanted to get your thoughts.
It's macadamia, all right.
What, is that good or bad?
I mean, I think it's. I personally.
Do you like the silhouette? Do you like the 990?
I just think these ones are cool.
Oh, okay.
This right here.
Yeah.
For me,
because they have like an all navy that we have.
Yeah.
Have all gray.
So not all of them are bad, but this one it just makes it seem the shoe seems so prevalent that it's like broken up into two different like shoes, right? So for me,
and it gives vintage. It gives old school.
It does give vintage, right? But vintage is not always good, you know. despite what I say, what the thing here is that what I don't like is what it's doing is the back and then the top part of the silhouette, right? Like, I don't know,
it's very low.
The way they're blend, yeah, and I think it's also partially because it's low, but that back sole, the way it's blending in with it, kind of just is a little too chunky for this shoe for me, right? Like, I know a lot of New Balances are chunky, but this gives me like a Balenciaga chunky type feel, because the shoe just feels so elongated. So like I said, like I still stand by it though. New Balance got heat. New Balance is heat.
But this is not your favorite
but this
silhouette.
is not my favorite.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you. Well, let's slate rate it.
Okay.
This colorway specifically, 1 to 5 style. Now he gonna go disrespectful.
I'm trying not to be.
Take a sniff while you decide.
2.5.
Okay.
I tried to be very Sydney. I'm trying. 2.5.
You're crazy. Affordability. What are they like? No, they're like $200.
Yeah.
So they're not affordable. Sorry.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Man.
They are $200. Go.
Well, I mean that's a 2.
4.5 out of 10. Yikes. For me, 1 to 5 style, it's a 4. Affordability,
Oof.
200? Yikes. I'll go 2.
Okay.
So 6.
So we're not even far off technically.
Nah, because that affordability is trash. 200 for the runner? Come on now.
Yeah, but I mean that's.
If you put the Vomeros,
Yeah.
the ones we just showed, at 160, you can put that New Balance at 160 because they're about the same. And honestly, the Nike one's better. If we being honest.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
So that's where we're at. This next shoe is just because I already know you're about to go off. I want to get your opinion.
No, I'm gonna go off. Okay.
I want to get your opinion.
Okay.
We're getting this shoe, and I'm probably gonna cop.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but it's nothing you want.
Okay.
What do we think about the Jordan 5 Retro Low? See, I told you. I like it. I like the 5 low better than the 5 high, and I'm just saying it. In that colorway specifically, it's like a little indigo kind of purple colorway. We'll throw it up, obviously.
Yeah, it needs to go.
It's fire. But Blair, go ahead, get into
It needs to go.
Your thoughts on the 5 low? What?
It needs to go.
That's
it's
it?
Not, it's man. So there's a few shoes that I'm not the biggest fan of. One is the Jordan 1 Low.
Yeah, me neither.
But hang on, because I like the Jordan 1 Low. It's the Team Jordan 1 Low. I don't really like. Jordan 5 Low, don't really like.
The 6 low is worse.
6 Low is worse.
That thing is like, please remove from your feet immediately.
I don't know how it happened, what Nike was doing at the time, but whenever they all got together and was just like, look, you know what we need to do? Jordan 5 Low. Whenever they did that, that was where they needed to let it die. It's not necessarily just this colorway here. It's just the silhouette itself, right? When I think of retro basketball shoes, I never think low top. So the moment that you decide to give me low top, I have an issue because the high top is what we want, right? It's just something about the way that it hugs the heel, the way it hugs, your ankle bone and like all of that. I just get so hung up on bones,
Didn't I tell y'all he was gonna go off?
I think it's just it does something, and it doesn't work for me, right? So the moment I see it and I see that it's like a thing, this is to me like I don't even think that this is the people asking for it, right? This is like Nike trying to force this down our throats. Like, okay, so because remember what I always say, there's a season of sneakers that Nike will begin to push, whether it's Jordan 1, Jordan 2, Jordan 3, Jordan 4, Jordan 5. And I guess now for them is like season of Jordan 5 Low. And I'm like, let's move on to another season. Let's just go from summer to autumn because I'm not really ready for this, right? And I don't think the people are really ready for it either. And I know that you're going to disagree, but I think that if we kind of do our homework here, right? it's not necessarily a sneaker that people wear.
No.
Why I do think
That's
you
why I
will
hope I
start
get
to
it.
well, hang. Here's why I think you will start to see it on people's feet out and about is because it will be made of abundance and they will not sell out. And when they do not sell out, that means that they're sitting, which then means that your average consumer will be able to get their hands on it. And that is the only reason why you will start to see it everywhere, right? And then Nike will then start to confuse the numbers with, well, look, see, it's selling. And it's like, yeah, but here's the thing, right? Like, you remember being a kid and you always wanted like a pair of Jordans. You always wanted a pair of Nikes, right? You always wanted a pair of Adidas, right? But when the top ones would go, right, like the Jordan 1 Lost and Found, right? When you don't hit on that one, right? And then when the Jordan 3 or Cement 3s go and you don't hit on that one, right? You're like, I have to have a consolation. So then when the Jordan 5 low comes up and you're like, well, I mean, I like the Jordans. I like the Jordan 5. I don't necessarily like the low, but then also I want to go to school and kind of like fit in, and I kind of want to rock something that everyone's going to be like, dang, you got on it, right? And so then you go after those, but I don't think that like I said, it's just a consolation. So it's not something that is truly sought after and desired, but you still get to feel like you fit in when you're rocking a pair like that.
Look, the only thing is, I agree with you, but I don't have these policies to shoe buying, and that's definitely what's made us different throughout this podcast. So I get what I like. I've said 5 billion times, colorways make the shoe. This is a nice colorway. It's got a little hint of a purple. It looks a little feminine. And I kind of like the silhouette of the 5 low, so I'll be copping, God willing.
He gonna let you get them.
Yeah, I think so
They'll
too.
be sitting.
And that's another thing. I know kind of what shoes sit, and this one is, so it's a come up for me.
It's a sitter.
And then on that note too, what did you think of the Jordan 6, the all reds that dropped? Them things was disgusting.
Yeah.
Those sat.
Yeah.
And as it should have.
That's why I still.
But
stand
6s
by
are gross.
That's why I still stand by.
Because you wanted the cool grays.
That's why I still stand by my OG's only policy, right?
See, when you have policies, this is how you get into trouble.
That's how you get to weed out shoes that are not heat, right? So when you bring in a Jordan silhouette and you just slap it all black, right? Still not heat. Just because
Yeah, because they did that before, right?
And you slap it all
The
white.
black cat. I was like, this is the most disgusing thing I've ever seen in my entire
The
life.
material is what made it clean. Okay, and then you slap on an all red, right? Doesn't make
You wear
it
all
heat.
black forces too? You like that leather material?
So, like I was saying, right? So when you bring your OGs out, right? Now all of a sudden the 6s are heat. But when you put in you know, like your all red, your all black, I don't know. I just don't think they really work.
They were gross. It was too much
Air Force energy.
Yeah, it was too much red materials. They didn't sell as well as we thought. But yeah, they're no good. But anyway, the 5s, the lows are kind of it. I don't know. I seen some guy come in with them and I was like, dang, that's kind of the first time I really seen it. Because honestly, before the guy walked in, I don't think I had like, I knew they maybe existed, but I don't think I'd seen him. I was like, because he had like he had a raggedy pair though, and I was like,
you just picture him in long jean shorts, you know.
He kind of had that vibe. You know where I'm at. That's how they be rocking stuff. So they be coming in like that. Like they rock the little prints and that's how they get down. So I'm like, yikes! All right, you do your thing. But when I saw those, I was like, yeah, those is tough. But we're also gonna get the Cherrywood lows, the 2s, the Skyline Jordan 1. Man, heck to the no. And I may or may not have a surprise, but I'll get into that later.
Okay.
But yeah, anything else, Blair, you're kind of looking forward to shoe-wise? We continue the summer of the dunks. I'm so tired of the dunks. I'm so tired of hearing the pandas. And don't come after me saying, oh, you got the panda. No, you ain't the pandas. But now anything you do something black and white, they're like, is that the panda? Like, if y'all don't shut up,
crazy.
You want them?
No.
Or just the vibe around it.
Just crazy.
Yeah, I'm just like, can we relax? It's black and white. It's a black and white Jordan 1. What's the deal? That's something that you guys let us know in the comments, like what the excitement is around these pandas. Because I've seen dunks go crazy with colorways. Man, that whole little fruity pack they had, fire. And y'all want to talk about the pandas?
Yeah.
Restock. Nah, shut up.
It's crazy. But that's the teenager.
But yeah, and I feel like, I mean, this shoe took over for some reason. Like in the past year or so, been going crazy, and that's all that you see on sneakers right now. Dunk coming out. Again, you can get me trapped up with one with a good colorway, but man, because there is like an all purple one coming out. I looked at it. Did I see it? Yes. But still, like, just because of what dunks are doing, I don't want one. And the sizing on dunks are horrendous. And you guys should be ashamed. Because the 11 is like a woman's 9. Yikes. A woman's 11. That's how tight it was.
Dang.
On me. And I can wear a 10. So I'm like, come on. So they got to get better with their sizing. And that's just another knock on Nike.
Yeah.
Anything else, Blair?
They need to stop restocking those.
The dunks? The pandas? Yeah, they do. Yeah, I mean, I think we covered everything else that I wanted to cover shoe-wise. And we're going to be back, obviously, with more sports. Ooh. Game 3, my bad, tips off tomorrow, 5:30, so you know we'll be back. Blair already put me up on a movie I gotta go see, which is
Spider-Man.
Did you see the first one though?
Sure did.
Okay.
I saw it in theater too.
Because I think we had it at the old apartment too, and we were watching it.
So we didn't have, it came out in 2018. We didn't have AMC A-List until 2019. We had it on the stick though, right? Because remember we watched it, Marcus, that was Marcus's movie. Yeah, I think, well, I first initially saw it at the theater up here, up the street.
Oh, okay.
I saw it at that one. I just went solo one day and saw it late at night.
So you had already seen it then.
Yeah, and texted twins about it after I saw it and said it was fire. And then me and Marcus had all seen it, right?
At the house.
On the fire stick. Yeah, at the house. But, yeah, I mean, man. Just, I'll save my thoughts for it when we do it. Yeah. But I already seen that one, and then I saw Little Mermaid last night.
Why? So I gotta go see that too? Look, y'all just look. You see what I just did? Y'all know my thoughts. Like, any animated movie outside of Toy Story, I'm not trying to see. Like, I'm sorry.
Little Mermaid's not animated, though.
Live action esque, live action adjacent, okay? Yeah. But it's just like, I can't. Adjacent. I just can't do it, but I'll drag myself. Look, Spider-Man it wasn't bad. The first one. So I was like, okay, I could kind of get behind it. But you know me, that's just me though. I'm not into the superhero or the animation, so now we done combined them. That's gonna be hard for me to watch. But when we were watching on the fire stick, I was like, okay, I could kind of get behind Mr. Miles Morales. So, and then plus they got my dog Issa Rae in it, so maybe I'll check it out. Brian Tyree Henry's in it as well, so they got some good voices. So maybe I'll go listen.
I mean, you get 3 movies a week. You might as well go watch it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And then the Mermaid, I have no relation. Like, we didn't watch it as a kid. Didn't read no book. Didn't buy no merch. Didn't have no backpack, lunch pail, nothing. I'm just lost on what the mermaid was. All I know is she got legs and lost her voice.
Yeah. I don't even think I seen the animated movie.
Definitely not. Maybe outside of a Granada Hills summer camp.
Yeah.
And that's when we were forced. Trust me, because we were trying to cheat and get outside.
Yeah. I can't really tell you what happened in
that one. No, exactly.
It's the same in the live action one I just watched.
But I do like the fact that they cast Haley. Is that how you pronounce it, or is it Hale?
I don't know, but her name is almost Halle Berry though.
Yeah, is it Hale or Hallie? Look, obviously we don't listen to music. Look, we're old, okay? I don't listen to her music and her sister, but I know that they can sing. I know that.
She got a sister?
See, Blair don't even know that. Yeah, they look exactly alike. I thought they was twins. Yeah, she's the younger one.
Dang.
And see, Blair don't even know.
I know.
But look, shout out to her, because I know they are talented. They're the first act Beyonce signed. So they're on Beyonce's label, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure y'all will. But yeah, I think it's Hale or Halle. Not really sure. I doubt it's Halle, because then it would literally be Halle Berry. But yeah, shout out to them, because they did make The Little Mermaid Black, and people were up in arms and ready to.
Man, they're not that young. Oh,
yeah, they are. Blair,
never mind.
Blair, I know.
I thought they were still in the 90s. Never mind.
Oh Lord, I've done the research.
I thought they were still in the 90s.
But no, let me finish this topic. They did make The Little Mermaid Black, which was great because black people need to see representation. Little black girls are going crazy, and obviously y'all know America was up in arms. They was ready to storm the Capitol about this movie. It's giving insurrection. But thank you for doing that. That's great to see Disney do that. I'm happy because, you know, little black girls need something to look up to. So that's the only reason why I probably will go support this film and give it my money somewhat close to opening weekend because I know I missed it. And I am sorry. I apologize. But I guess I do have to go do my duty and due diligence and go check out the movie. So I'll do that. Anything else, Blair, you seen?
No, I'm gonna try to go again on Saturday and pick up something.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see The Machine, that Burt Kreischer movie.
Pressure.
The Machine, the Burt Kreischer movie. He's a comedian.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe I'll see that one. Maybe. Oh, I saw You Hurt My Feelings, which is a small, like, kind of indie one. You might not like it, but I liked it with Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Okay.
But check that one out. We could probably do a double or maybe even triple kind of review. Quick review them. And I think that's really it. About My Father, also Sebastian Maniscalco. That's another comedian. It's the year of the comedian, or summer comedian movies, I guess. I might see that because Sebastian's my guy. Check out his specials on Netflix because they're hilarious. So I might check that out. But anyway, we got some movies.
De Niro too.
Yeah,
shout out to him being a new father.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Wow, he must have welcomed it at 70 when he's on his way out. But yeah, you do your thing, guys. But anyway, yeah, we got some movies on the way. We got sports on the way. So stick with us. It is the Slate Laced gang. We out.